What's up, everyone? It's your boy, Andy Coach George Caliores with some, I guess, maximal effort squats. I'm hitting up triples here. I got 365 with the safety squat bar. I got my Inzer Predator briefs on, and I got knee sleeves on. And I'm still squatting to the box, or box squatting. The purpose of the box squat, again, is to break up the concentric and eccentric chain, thus making it harder from the bottom of the squat. Make sure you fire with your hips first and not your quads. Even though I let my knees go forward a little bit with these briefs on, it doesn't mean that my hips are not being active first. You do that by driving the floor apart or screwing your feet in like you're trying to tear paper towels on your feet. So here's 385. I was only expecting 345 for the day, but I put the briefs on around 365 and it felt pretty good. So I hit 365 and I'm like, well, I'm just going to go up and do 385. So I hit 385. You can see my elbows kind of moving around. I have nothing to hold on to, so they just kind of do whatever they want. Second set of 385 was a little more sketchy. Almost lost it on the second. I think it was the second rep. But managed to save it, gather myself. You can see I'm not wearing a belt either, so my back is just getting fired up right now. But these briefs go up so high it kind of holds you in place, so it's pretty nice. Yeah, there it is. But you can see too, I got the compression pants on. Those made it a lot easier to get the briefs on. It took probably a minute less to get them on, even though it still took a little while. Once they got up over my knees a little bit, they kind of just slid up when I stepped into them. Worked on some deadlifts against some bands. Moving a little slow. I'm not really sure why I was moving so slow. I was trying to get into a good position, and once I got into a good position for one rep, I couldn't maintain it. I think partially because I was squatting down to the bar and not moving my hips back enough. But I don't know why I haven't been doing this, but I haven't been utilizing bands on the deadlift. I'm just kind of an idiot, I guess. I like deadlifting against bands. You know, my squat's going up greatly, and it's not just because of the briefs, but it's because of everything I'm doing to overload the squat. And for some reason, I'm not utilizing bands or anything on the deadlift to overload the deadlift. So that's something it's kind of late now, but it's something I should have been working on this entire time. Kind of, like I said, just an idiot move. I did it for 4 sets of 4, 275 with about 60 pounds of bands, give or take, 50 to 60 pounds, whatever it came out to be. Then I worked on some hatfield squats. I really like the hatfield squat. I do about 3 plates. It just kind of mimics a leg press, but it lets you work a little bit harder than a leg press. But if you don't have a safety squat bar, don't be afraid to go into the leg press and throw some weight on. Nobody really cares what you leg press, so if you got to use your hands a little bit, then use your hands to push your knees. Like, it doesn't matter. You know, put your feet up a little bit higher so you don't blow your knee out on the leg press. But no one really cares what you leg press. So just throw some weights on, 3 or 4 plates, and go hard for a set of 8 or 10 or something. And then when that gets kind of easy, try for a set of 12. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to do this. A rocket surgeon. You can see I'm like barely getting to depth here. I did manage on the next couple sets. I watched the video and I managed to get below depth every time. That has something to do with my knees traveling forward. So that's what I did. This was my last set. I ended up doing, I don't know, a set of 11 or something with the hatfield squat. It was brutal. My glutes were fired up, my quads were fired up, my back was fired up. Felt it in my stomach. I really enjoy these. Traps were fired up. Some reason, not for some reason, the weight's resting right on my traps, so it feels good. It makes me look like I'm really jacked when I'm not that jacked. Just trying to hammer out some reps with it. Still trying to adhere to the principles of squatting and just kind of using my hands to give myself a little bit of assistance. It's not crazy assistance, but it is some. You know, that's the whole purpose of this, is to do some weight that you might not have been able to do without the assistance. And then I went and took a plate off each side. So now I got about 245 on the bar. I hammered it for like another 10 or 12 reps or something. Trying to catch my breath, but in between the sets and trying to take my time, but not really enough time. So I was just like, whatever, I'm gonna just go ahead and do them. Just push it a little bit, push the threshold. My buddy said my quads were looking good, a lot better than they were 2 years ago, so I attribute that to a lot of the raw squatting. Box squats are great, I really love them, but if you want to actually build some muscle, you got to hit some free squats up. You know, kind of cycle them back and forth. You don't have to be too specific with it. You know, just do box squats for a couple weeks and then free squats for a couple weeks, and you can get there. Trying to sink all the way down in these squats. Trying to stretch a little bit too, quite frankly. But it gets hard. It gets to be hard work after a little while. So anyways, finished up. Well, not finished up. My last thing I did was just some contralateral deadlifts, so opposite hand and foot, working that hip hinge. So really trying to maintain balance and trying to maintain a straight spine. You can see I'm not doing too great of a job at it, but kind of is what it is. It works the hips real well, works the hamstrings, the opposite side of the back, anti-rotational exercise for the trunk. And I do these with kind of a lighter weight at the end of my workout because I don't like going too heavy on these. It's really easy to compensate with the stronger muscles that already get hit enough. So you might as well just go a little bit lighter, work on some muscles that don't normally get worked on while you're deadlifting or squatting heavy. And all I did was superset them with some pull-ups. So feet on the floor pull-ups. So that's pretty much it, guys. Did a finisher after it, another Tabata finisher. And if you like the video, make sure you like the video and share it. Appreciate your time.
Reaching out to people that provide something new, different. And what's the website? Rascalapparel.com. Keep it too complicated. Sorry, what? It's Rascal. Okay. What? All right, man. Well, it was great having you on the show. Multiply your hustle, multiply your muscle, and may all your shits be tapered. See you. Find me at shut up, I'm plugging myself. SilentMike.com. Silent Mike with 2 Ks. Twitter and Instagram, and may all your shits be tapered. I'm Jimmy T, STTV everywhere. Then I would want you to find me, follow the show on Instagram at Mark Mills Powercast.